Marianne v. Britannia, Lelouch's mother. For the most of the series, she's a memory, a ghost. Her murder is the origin of Lelouch's hatred for Britannia, the spark that lit the rebellion. She was seen as a kind and loving empress, adored by her children and respected by the court, and when she was assassinated, it shattered their world. But the truth is darker. When Marianne is finally revealed to be alive, or rather conscious within the collective unconscious, using Cece's power, we realize that she wasn't an innocent martyr. She was complicit in the plan. Along with Charles, she intended to rewrite reality to erase suffering by eliminating individuality. For Lelouch, it's not just betrayal, it's the death of his childhood. The mother he mourned, idolized, and fought for becomes a stranger, and then, in the world of C, Lelouch rejects her. He cuts her off. No tears, no reconciliation, just cold silence. Marianne's death was twofold: the literal death of her body years ago, and the emotional death of her image in Lelouch's heart. It's one of the most psychologically painful moments in the series, not because of bloodshed, but because of disillusionment. Clovis La Britannia. Clovis was arrogant, spoiled, a prince who painted and postured while people suffered. His cruelty wasn't overt, but it was systemic. He ordered the massacre of Japanese civilians, hid behind titles, and believed he was untouchable. So when Lelouch, masked as Zero, confronts him, it is personal. Lelouch demands answers about his mother's death. Clovis begs, he cries, he says he didn't know, he wasn't involved. Lelouch doesn't flinch. He shoots Clovis in the heart. Clovis' death is shocking not because we loved him, but because it's Lelouch's first kill. The line crossed, the blood in his hands, the moment he transforms from a student into a revolutionary. It's brutal, calculated, and irreversible, and it shows that Lelouch isn't here to play games. He is here to win, and he is willing to become a monster to do it. Mao. Mao is madness incarnate, a Geass user who can hear thoughts, all the time. It drives him insane. He becomes obsessed with Cece, the one person whose mind he can't read. He calls it love, but it's not. It's obsession, dependency, and control. He stalks her, taunts Lelouch, traps Nunnally in a bomb-strapped wheelchair. He plays God, convinced that his love is mutual, but deep down, Mao is a broken child who never grew up. Consumed by the noise, abandoned by the one person who gave him meaning. His death is slow. Lelouch turns his own tactics against him, using Geass to manipulate the police into gunning Mao down. He dies screaming Cece's name, riddled with bullets. It's a pitiful, brutal end, not just because he was dangerous, but because he was a product of Geass. A warning of what happens when power and loneliness collide. Mao's death is painful not because he was good, but because he was beyond saving. Lelouch v. Britannia. Zero Requiem. The death of Lelouch v. Britannia is not just the climax of the series, it is its thesis. After years of war, lies, betrayal, and sacrifice, Lelouch becomes the villain. He crowns himself emperor, crushes opposition, rules with an iron fist. The world unites in hatred. And that's exactly what he wants, because this is Zero Requiem. In the most carefully calculated move of the entire show, Lelouch orchestrates his own assassination. He arranges for Suzaku, dressed as Zero, to kill him publicly, to make him the martyr, the monster, and the scapegoat, to unite the world in peace by giving them one man to hate. As the sword pierces his chest, Lelouch falls into Nunnally's arms. She sees his memories, the pain, the love, the plan. She screams, and he smiles. It's finally over. His blood pools on the stage as millions cheer. They think the tyrant is dead, but what really died was a boy who just wanted to protect his sister. Lelouch's death is the most layered in anime history. It is political, emotional, symbolic. It's not just the death of a character, it's the death of vengeance, of selflessness, of youth. And it hurts every time. Shirley Fenette. Shirley's death is quiet, but its ripple is deafening. She was never part of the war, not truly. Just a girl in love with Lelouch, a student, a dreamer, someone who wanted a normal life in a world that was anything but, and yet she is pulled into the heart of it all, again and again. She watches her father die during Zero's uprising, loses her memories through Geass, regains them, and still chooses to stand by Lelouch. She sees the worst of him, the manipulation, the blood, the lies, and she loves him anyway. That love is her undoing. Rollo, driven by twisted loyalty to Lelouch, sees Shirley as a threat. And in a decision that is both childish and monstrous, he kills her. No dramatic battle, no political gain, just a stab in the gut and a phone call. Lelouch finds her bleeding out, her voice shaking, but she doesn't accuse, she doesn't cry. She tells him she remembers everything, that she still loves him, that they could have been happy together, and then she dies in his arms. Shirley's death was painful, not because she was a soldier, but because she wasn't. She was innocent, collateral damage in a world where love is liability. She didn't die in battle. She died because she trusted the wrong people in the wrong war. Euphemia Britannia. Euphemia was the dreamer, the idealist, a princess who believed in peace not just an idea, but as a reality she could shape. She loved the Japanese, she loved Suzaku, and she believed that through kindness, compromise, and understanding, even an empire built on oppression could change. And for a brief moment, it looked like she was right. The special administrative zone was her answer, a new future, a place where 11s and Britannians could live as equals. But one mistake, one cruel, ironic twist of fate destroyed everything. Lelouch, trying to test his gears on her, loses control. The command slips from his lips. Kill all the Japanese. And she obeys, smiling, laughing, slaughtering innocents with a hollow joy in her eyes that is more terrifying than rage. The massacre begins. Euphemia, sweet, hopeful Euphemia, becomes a symbol of genocide, and Lelouch is forced to kill her to stop it. He corners her, he raises his gun, she sees him, and even in that moment, twisted by Geass and soaked in blood, she's smiling. She says she is glad they're on the same side. He pulls the trigger, her body falls, and with it, so does Lelouch's last shred of innocence. Euphemia's death is one of the most painful in the series, not because it was bloody, but because it destroyed faith. She was hope incarnate, and through a single misstep she became a nightmare. Her death ended more than her life. It ended the illusion that peace could ever come without war. Code Geass doesn't treat death like punctuation. It treats it like prophecy. Every life lost shapes the story. Every soul broken shifts the tide. These deaths weren't just shock value. They were the backbone of Lelouch's war. Some were violent, some were quiet, but all of them mattered. And maybe that is what makes Code Geass so unforgettable, because it doesn't just make you watch, it makes you feel. So now it's your turn. Which death hit you the hardest? Which moment broke you? Let us know in the comments. And if you are still emotionally standing, check out our next video, the most tragic betrayals in anime. Like, subscribe, and as always, live with purpose.